Hello, what's up? So it's been a while since I've been playing a video game on my channel. So the last time I did was around 2 years ago with the Enter the Gungeon series. But the thing is, I did Enter the Gungeon very far already on my Nintendo Switch right here. So I got very far, and playing it on my Mac is really weird because the controls is just different. Mouse and keyboard for me is not as awesome as twin stick shooter. At least that's just my personal opinion. I stopped playing that game altogether. And yeah, so in my channel I've been for other video game related stuff, I've been reviewing some handheld consoles and stuff like that, usually retro, but then gameplay stuff I haven't done. So I'm gonna attempt to play this game called Slay the Spire. So I'm gonna do like one round before I sleep, so the time's like 11 something. So we can do one run and then we stop. Okay, so we create an empty slot, get my name right there, which is A1. Okay, and we're gonna play. And so you have three things to choose from: standard, daily climb, custom. Both are luck, of course, so let's choose standard. Choose your character. We can only choose one here. He is the Ironclad with HP of 80, gold 99. The remaining soldier of the Ironclads sold his soul to harness demonic energies. Burning blood at the end of combat, heal 6 HP. So maybe this is his passive ability or something. He has 5 unlocks remaining. We need 0 over 300 to next unlock, so we have this point right here. So I've heard of Slay the Spire. This is like a deck building strategy game, also roguelike. So the moment you die, you start over, but there's like a slowly you gain some progress, because the things that you've unlocked during a single run, they become part of the pool for your next run, and so on. So the longer you play it, the more items become available. In this case, the more cards become available, and so on. Okay, but let's embark on the journey to Slay the Spire. Alright, so you see here the Exordium. On the right, some legend on what the different marks on the map mean. So it says select a starting room. So I believe you select a beginning room to determine which path you would be taking up to probably this point right here. So let's see which path looks. So these guys are enemies. The question marks are unknown rooms. You don't know what's gonna happen in them. So let's take an easy path to start with. I'm planning maybe this one at the center looks nice, because you go enemy and then you have like an unknown room. Of course, an unknown room could be an enemy, but yeah, I believe there's a chance that there's a big chance that it won't be an enemy. So here's a tutorial. Defeat enemies by playing cards from your hand. Cards require energy to play. Once you are out and your turn, at the start of your turn, new cards are drawn and your energy is replenished. Alright. Play defensive cards to gain black when enemies are about to attack you. Black reduces incoming attack damage but wears off at the start of the next turn, so that's important. So in this example right here, you have 20 blocks. Next turn, that's going to be gone. Alright. During your turn, you can observe an enemy's intent above them, so you're gonna know. So of course there's a random element because you're gonna be drawing cards, but then with the cards that you have on your hand, you know what your enemy is going to be doing in the next turn, right? So for example, in here next turn, you know that he's going to be attacking for 10 damage, so you can react accordingly. Very similar to like something like Into the Breach. I'm ready, so let's start. So we have 5 cards on our hand. Okay, so we have here an enemy that will be attacking for 3. This guy will be attacking for 8. So we will be taking 11 damage, of course, but we have this ability that allows us to heal for 6 at the end of each combat. So we have like a leeway. We can like take 6 damage. Next turn we'll still be at full HP, but we'll be taking damage for 11. So we need to defend. We only have 1 defend card, but that's fine. That's gonna defend a total of 5. So instead of getting 11, we'll get a damage of 6, which will be healed next turn. So we have 2 more energy. You see here is the energy required to play the cards. So some cards require 1 energy, some cards require 2 energy. So since we already played 1 energy for our defense, so our next card, either we play Bash, which applies vulnerable. So vulnerable creatures take 50% more damage from attacks, or we can strike twice. So I think I'm gonna do that because this guy's dead after doing 2 strikes, right? This guy's gonna attack for 8. The 5 of that will be black, but then he's also gonna do a negative effect on us with specified by the green thingy on his head. But let me see. Yeah, let's attack this little slime right here first. Okay, so by the way, I'm like using my touchpad. You know, it's one of the things also I like about like card game and stuff, because it's not action, it's strategic. So I don't have to be like in a very nice position and stuff like that. And then I can just use my trackpad for everything. Very reminiscent of something like Papers, Please or Darkest Dungeon. You know, so let's end my turn here. He's gonna attack for 8. We block 5. We get a 3 damage, and we get slime. Okay, so next, he's not doing anything. He's just gonna inflict a negative effect on us, but he's not attacking. That's important. So what we can do is we have 2 strike cards, so we can give that to him, and then we have no other move. Let's just defend right here. Useless, because next turn that defense will be gone, and he's not attacking anyway for that turn. So he gave us Frail. Tip: no more cards. If there are no cards to draw, your discard pile is shuffled into the draw pile. Okay, got that. So this is our discard pile on the lower right. You see a while ago it was 11, now it became 0, and then everything else went to our draw pile. We have 6 in our draw pile, and then currently we have 5 in our hand. So currently we have 11, but technically we have 10 because if you saw before, he added 1 card to us, right? So again, he's not doing anything, so he's dead. So we have 6 times 3. We have 3 strikes for 18 damage. His HP is 16. Sayonara. Au revoir. Okay. He's dead. And again, with our ability right there, we healed for 6. So again, we're at full HP at 80 over 80. So we get 13 gold, and we have the option to add a card to our deck. So let's see. So these 2 cards, they look nice because they require 0 energy, right? In their upper left corner. This one's Body Slam, deal damage equal to your block. Very situational. Warcry. Draw 1 card, put a card from your hand onto the top of your draw pile. Exhaust. Exhaust means it removes the card until the end of combat. So once you use it once, it's gone for that particular combat. Reckless Charge. Deal 7 damage. Shuffle a dazed into your draw pile. So it shuffles like a useless card into our draw. Here's free draw. Here's free damage, but then it shuffles a dazed. I don't want that. Let's get the Warcry. Okay, our next is an Unknown Room. Okay, so there's like a random event. A big fish. As you make your way down a long corridor, you see a banana, a donut, and a box floating about. No. Upon closer inspection, they are tied to strings coming from holes in the ceiling. There's a quiet cackling from above as you approach the objects. What do you do? So if we take the banana, we heal for 26. Useless because we're at full HP. We can take the donut and then get a max HP plus 5, which means our max HP will become 85 instead of 80. Or we obtain a relic, but we become cursed. So our relic is basically like some of the thing that you have here. Like, for example, we have a relic right now that heals 6 HP every after combat, you know. But the thing is, if we obtain a relic, we get a card, a cursed card that's called Regret. It's unplayable, and it says at the end of your turn, lose HP equal to the number of cards in your hand, and that's gonna be dangerous because sometimes not all the turn is are you gonna exhaust or use every card in your hand. So for example, in this particular turn, you have this Regret, and then you have like 3 cards remaining. You take 3 damage that turn. So I think that's dangerous. So I think that the safest option is to take the donut. Then we get max HP plus 5. Let's leave. Next enemy. Okay, you have this 2 thingy that use the curl up. What is curl up? On receiving attack damage, rolls up and gains 5 blocks. So the moment you attack them, they curl up, they gain 6 block. But then that block will be gone on the next turn, so it's fine. This guy will attack for 5. This guy will buff. Okay, so what we can do is, here's our free cry. Let's try using that. Free draw. Choose a card to put on top of your draw pile. I'm only gonna be needing 1 defense card, so let's just put that on the top of the draw pile. And then what we can do is, let's defend for 5 to cancel, to negate this attack, and then let's strike this guy. So now it curled up, and then its HP is only 9. I only have 1 energy left. If I attack this guy, it's just gonna cancel the shield, which is useless. So the nice thing to do is we attack the other guy instead, so that the other guy will also curl up. It will gain its 6 block, and the next turn that block will be gone. So So let's do this. Boom! Okay, so next turn. So this guy will attack for 5. We cancel that 5. Did you see that? This guy only gained 4 block. I don't know why. Okay, second turn. We'll be taking 15 damage in total. That is if we don't kill any of them. So here's what we're gonna do. We have 3 defense cards. I'm sorry. So if we use the 3 defense card, we'll be covered. We'll have a 15 defense. We'll be using all our energy. But the thing is, we're just canceling their attack. We're not doing anything to them. So what we can do is we look at our attack cards. This one damages deals 8 damage. So if we attack this guy, so he'll have 1 HP left, and then we attack another one, he's dead. We do get 5 damage, but remember, we have like a buffer, a 6 HP buffer, because we have a relic that heals us every after the combat, right? So let's bash this guy at the back. Okay, so that our energy has run out, but then he will attack for 5. We get 5 damage, but again, at the end of the turn, we heal for 6. Okay, so that's fine. So he's not attacking, so yeah, it is easy. Let me use bash. I pressed escape. I don't know how to cancel the once I clicked. I don't know how to cancel it. Let me see. Okay, that's I click. How do I? Right click. Okay, so let's bash his face and then let's strike his face. He's dead, and we heal 6 thanks to our burning blood. We get 12 gold. Add a card to your deck. We already have Warcry, so let's forget about that. Uppercut. It uses 2 energies, but it deals 13 damage. Applies 1 weak. Weakened creatures deal 25% less damage with attacks, so they become weaker, obviously. Apply 1 vulnerable, so vulnerable, as we know, just like the bash or bash card, it is such that creatures take 50% more damage from you. But you have your clash card. Can be played if every card in your hand is an attack. It deals 14 damage. It's free, but it's very situational. You know, like it must be the situation that all your hands is attack card. If you have like something like defense, which is a skill card, then you can't use this at all. But I think we can find a situation that we can always use this. So let's take that clash here. Let's proceed. So we have here another unknown room. Okay, we have another event, Living Wall. As you come to a dead end and begin to turn around, walls slam down from the ceiling, trapping you, just like Jill, you know, in Resident Evil. 3 faces materialize from the walls and speak. Forget what you know, and I'll let you go. I require change to see a new space. If you want to pass me, then you must grow. Okay? So basically, one wants you to forget, one wants you to change, one wants you to grow. Forget, you can remove a card from your deck. Of course, you would want that because eventually, as you notice, every combat you gain more cards, right? So eventually, the starting cards that you have, they usually become weaker and weaker the moment the level progresses. So you don't want those weaker cards in your deck for long. So that's why you want to remove them. But I think we're safe for now because so far we still have like 12 cards in our deck. I don't think that's a lot. So another one is transform a card in your deck. So we pick a card in our deck and then it will transform. I think this is random. I think the safest option is to upgrade a card, right? So let's choose a card to upgrade. I think I want to upgrade my Clash. What happens if I upgrade my Warcry? You draw 2 cards instead of 1. If I upgrade Clash, it deals 18 damage. That is painful. If I update Bash, it deals 10 damage and applies 3 vulnerable. I think I'll upgrade my Clash instead, even though it's situational. The moment we get into those situations, it's gonna be painful, 18 damage. Satisfy the walls in front of you, merge back into the ceiling, leaving a path forward. Let's live. So now here we have an option to battle an enemy or get a question mark. I think we should battle, to get what do you call this? To guarantee that we get another new card. So this guy is not attacking next turn. He is buffing himself, so he's gonna take 18 damage to the face. 3 strikes and turn. Incantation. Kaka! You do not belong here! Okay, so now he's attacking for 6. That's like I said, that was our buffer. So now what we can do is, so here we have the clash, right? So that we can use our clash, we need to activate our skill card, our defend card. So here's what I'm gonna do. Let me activate a skill card to get rid of one skill card, and then return one of the skill card, which is the defend, on top of the draw pile. Of course, it gets it's defense as well. I was hoping we draw another attack, but it's fine. Let's put the defense back in the draw pile, and then we have 3 more energy. So what we can do is defend. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing defend is I'm not afraid of his 6, but the thing is I want to activate my clash. So because now in my hand is only both attack cards, so we can use our clash for no energy at all. It will cause 18 damage to his face. Boom! So now he's at 17. We strike for 6. Boom! 11, and then next turn he will attack. We have 10 black. We're fine. We're chilling, you know. Boom. Okay. So of course next turn the black will expire. So now he's attacking for, so as you can see, his buff, like the feather here, it means ritual. At the end of each turn, it gains 3 strength, and strength basically increases attack damage by 3. So the longer you make this battle, you know, this guy is gonna be very painful because he gets stronger the moment when you make the turn longer. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna bash his face, which damages for 8. And then since he is vulnerable, our strike, which usually damages for 6, the enemy takes 50% more, so it will take 9 damage instead if it is vulnerable, but doesn't matter in this case because he only has 3 HP. Kaka! So now it's dead. Again, we get 12 gold. We add a card into our deck. Pummel Strike. Deal 9 damage. So as you can see, Pummel Strike, if you compare your like base strike card, which just deals 6 damage, this one, it deals 9 damage on top of drawing 1 card. So as you can see, this is like on another tier than your strike card. So eventually you want, for example, this Pummel Strike, and then you want to eventually get rid of your strike card, you know, because eventually 6 is like a laughable damage in the long run. However, we have here for 2 energy, Perfected Strike. Deals 6 damage, deals 2 additional damage for all your cards containing strike. Very situational. Second Wind. Exhaust all your non-attack cards in your hand. Gain 5 black for each card exhausted. This combos very well with our clash card, but the thing is, I don't like exhausting like this early. You know, we only have like defense cards or skill cards, and then if we exhaust them, then we run out of because like exhausting card, you can't use those cards for a particular combat. You get to use them again in another enemy, but for a particular combat, once the card is exhausted, you can't draw them again anymore. So I think the safest way is to get a Pummel Strike. Okay. So now we get a Fire Camp, which means rest. So we can, in here, rest sites, we stop by these rooms to heal some HP or upgrade a card. Since as you can see, we are at full HP right now, we don't need to heal. What we need to do is to go to the smith. So of course you can heal 30% of your max HP every time you go to the campsite, but again, we don't need to do that. So we don't want to waste the campsite, we want to upgrade a card instead. So this time, let me upgrade Pummel Strike, right? So you can only upgrade aside from, I believe there are like exceptions. There are cards that you can like upgrade many times, but typically an ordinary card you can only upgrade once. So as you can see, the Clash, we upgraded it before. You can't see it here anymore, right? So let's upgrade. I'm thinking whether I'm gonna upgrade Bash or Pummel Strike. Let's upgrade Pummel Strike. It will then 10 damage instead, and then draw 2 cards. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's gonna be painful. And so we have 3 options. We go to a shop, we go to an enemy, or we go to an elite enemy. So elite enemies, they give like high tier rewards. You know, usually they give you a relic. I believe it's guaranteed that they give you a relic, but they're harder than an ordinary enemy. But since we're at full HP anyway, we're not afraid to battle any so there are 3 of them. And this one, the gear thing, it negates 1 debuff. So it means if you apply, for example, vulnerable or weak, they cancel it 1 time. And then 2 of them will gonna inflict negative on us. This guy's gonna attack for 9. So what to do here? He's gonna attack for 9. So I have a feeling that next turn this guy will debuff, and then these two will attack. So I believe let's take out this guy in front first. So let's do Warcry for free. So we got 1 strike, and then let's return defend on the top of our deck. And then yeah, let's not fear the 9. Let's go all out, because even though if we shield for like 5, we still get 4 damage. So let's just go all out with our strike cards right here, and then as much as possible deal lots of damage to the front guy, so that next turn hopefully he's dead. But I am not sure if we have enough card for that. Let's end our turn. So 2 of them will debuff. What are they gonna do? So they introduce this card into our pile. So as you can see, these cards eventually will be very will give you a hindrance, you know, because they do nothing, but then you can draw them. Okay, so yeah, I was right. So these 2 will attack, and then this guy will debuff. So now, so what he's gonna do is he's gonna add a useless card to our deck. So let me see. I can. So Clash obviously we can't use because we have like skill cards right here. So what I can do is yeah. So since we're taking 18 damage, 9 plus 9, let's use all the defense cards. So we still get 3 damage. We have 15 blocks, and then minus 18 minus 15, we take 3 damage. However, since we already used all the skill cards, and then we have all attack cards remaining, then we can use our Clash on this guy right here. Okay. Next turn, this will debuff, this will debuff, this guy will attack for, I believe, 9 again. So let's end our turn. Okay. Okay, we have additional days card. Okay, we take 3 damage. That's fine. So yeah, so this guy will attack for 9. See, so this is a days card. Basically, it's unplayable. It does nothing. However, it's ethereal though, right? So it means what does ethereal mean? If this card is in your hand at the end of turn, it is exhausted. Exhausted cards are removed from your deck until the end of the combat. So the nice thing is, these useless cards, if after you end your turn, they're gone. Basically, they go to the exhaust pile. That's just like our Warcry. So, but still, there's still a hassle because you know you can draw them. Like imagine you draw like 4 days cards, so you're dead. Let me see. Let's kill this guy first. Okay. Next turn, this guy will attack. Let's pummel strike this dude. So we get 2 cards. We can do 1 more. So either we strike, get a 9 damage, or we defend. What do we do? 623. If we defend, we get 469. Let's just strike. Yeah, we still have a lot of HP left. So let's end our turn. So the 2 days cards are exhausted. They're not in the discard pile anymore. But we get 2 additional days cards. So the nice thing is these 2 will now alternate. So the one will debuff, one will attack next turn. The other one will attack, one will debuff. So see, so this is the problem with the days card. We can't use our Clash anymore because these days cards are not attack cards, right? So it cripples our Clash card very strongly. But still, I can use Bash. It applies to vulnerable, but it doesn't count because this guy has an artifact. It negates that vulnerable debuff, so he only takes 8 damage. See, so now he has no artifact anymore. He has no gear anymore because we gave him vulnerable, but then he cancelled it. And yeah, this is the only thing we can do. So as you can see, we can't really use our Clash. See, I have non-attack cards in my hand, which is of course our base. So we can just strike and then end our turn. We can't really do anything about this 9 attack right here. So we're gonna be taking that to the face. So we get 2 more dazed cards. So as you can see, elite enemies are annoying, you know, but yeah, they're doable. So this, oh shucks, I thought he's gonna be dead this turn, but as you can see, we drew again 2 days cards. So only move is defend, which will prevent us from getting any damage because 9 attack, 10 defend, and then we can deal 6 damage. He's still alive though next turn, but it's fine. Next turn he won't attack. This guy will attack for 9, and then we exhaust the 2 days cards. Okay, so hopefully, yeah, for sure, I hope this guy is for sure dead if we draw a strike. So here we go. This guy's dead, and then this guy's left. So let's just make sure that this guy's dead. And then this guy will attack for 9. I can bash him, but why would I do that? I mean, next turn he won't attack anyway. So let's just defend. We exhaust this card, and then let's wait for our next turn. Boom. Alright, so yeah, so see, every turn we always get a discard, but this time he's not doing anything, so he gets 18 damage to the face, 3 strikes with 6 damage each. So he's dead, and then he's gonna give us another 2 discards. See? Yeah, but the nice thing is they do go to the discard pile, but then the moment you shuffle, they're back to your hand. He's gonna attack for 9, again, only move, defend, discard, you can play that card. You're just like to disturb you, end turn. Okay, no damage, and the next turn is gonna debuff. So damn it, so again we can't use clash because of these cards. They're getting annoying, you know. So let's do 10 damage. We draw 2 more, we get bash. It would have been nice if we had, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I forgot. He still has an artifact, so yeah, it doesn't matter. So let's bash his face, and he's dead. I didn't even see HP. Yeah, so as you can see, it gives us a greater gold. It gives us a potion, and then it gives us a relic. So let's get the gold. Letter opener. Every time you play 3 skills, so like shield for example, in a single turn. So if we do 3 shields in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies. Useful, but requires you to do 3 skills in 1 turn. It's fine. We get that. Tip. Relics. Relics found throughout the Spire grant unique bonuses and remain throughout your run. They can be found by defeating powerful foes or within chests. So just like the elite enemy that we did right here. We get a dexterity potion. So dexterity potion, you can activate it during a combat, and then it gives you various skills. You have 3 slots right here for a potion. So dexterity potion is that it improves your block, right? So instead of like, if you use defend guard, instead of getting like 5 blocks, it increases it, I believe, to 8 or 7 or something. Yeah. And then, so tip, potions. Drink or throw potions during combat. Potions stay with you between rooms. Got it? And then we add another card. Shrug it off. So for 1, we get 8 block and then draw 1 card. Very similar to, it's like the attack equivalent of a pommel strike. Like strike is to defend, pommel strike is to shrug it off. But we have here bludgeon. It uses 3 energy, you know, it uses up all your energy, but it deals 32 damage. That's deadly, man. Infernal blade. Add a random attack into your hand. It costs 0 this turn. This is interesting. So a random attack. So it could be, for example, a bludgeon, and then it will cost 0. So yeah, this is very cool. I like to have this, but I think Infernal Blade is gonna be useful to us. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. And then we have another campfire. You know what to do, right? We have 61. Do we rest? So we get 25 HP. If we get 25 HP, our HP will become 86. But of course, our max is 85, so we waste 1 HP. So instead, let's just upgrade another card. I'm gonna upgrade the Infernal Blade such that, so this is very good. This is like a free attack. Instead of using 1, right? The moment you upgrade it, it uses 0 instead, 0 energy. So sometimes when you upgrade a card, so typically it increases the attack, but this one, since it doesn't say any attack on the card, instead it upgrades it in such a way that you won't be using energy anymore. Okay, so let's do that. Infernal Blade Plus. That's how you know that your card has been upgraded. There's like a plus label on them. Let's proceed. So 2 pathways, chest. So let's see. I do want to battle another elite, you know. So let's go chest, and then let's avoid this guy just so we can upgrade another card. So we go chest upgrade, question mark, elite, question mark, and then campfire. So it's nice to have another campfire after the elite, you know. So if this elite turns out to be deadly, we still have a chance to heal. So let's pick this chest. So this gives you an item. Happy flower, another relic. Every 3 turns, gain energy. That's very useful. Let's take that. Okay. So like I said, we go to the campfire, upgrade another card to the smith. This time yeah, I don't want to upgrade this, guys. You know, like I told you, eventually these cards will be low tier eventually. So let's upgrade our bash instead. So that deals 3 damage and inflicts 3 vulnerables. Let's proceed. Another unknown room. Okay, it's an event room. Golden Shrine. Before you lies an elaborate shrine to an ancient spirit. Do we pray and we gain 100 gold? Let's look at our map. If we gain 100 gold, we won't be really using it because we didn't. These are the shops. We didn't go to any shops so far, so we won't be immediately using it. Desecrate. We gain more gold, but then we become cursed. Again, we get that regret card that I talked about earlier. We don't want that, so let's just pray and gain 100 gold. That's fine. As your hand touches the shrine, gold rains from the ceiling, showering you in riches. Yeah. So let's leave. So what did I say, guy? This is a question mark. So the thing is, you notice if you always go for question mark and if you avoid enemies, after battling an enemy, they do give you a card afterwards. Okay, so if you keep on avoiding them, you won't get newer cards. So there's like a balance, you know. So do you risk going to an unknown room? But in here, I want to go to the unknown room because after these 2 points, we'll be going to the elite fight, right? And we want to go there because we want to have an extra relic. So we want to be safer. So let's go to. Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's still a fight room. Okay. So like I said, a question mark room could still be a fight room, you know. So he has 45 HP. He will be attacking for 10. That's painful. So let's do I'm not afraid of your 10. Let's give him 3 vulnerable and then attack a bash. Pommel strike, so it will deal 10 damage plus 50%, so it will deal 15 damage, and then it will allow us to draw 2 cards, which won't matter because after using pommel strike, our energy is gone. So let's do this. Boom! End our turn. Yeah, I'm taking 10, but that's fine with me. I still have 51 HP left. Okay. So we want to use our clash. So let's do Warcry. Okay, we got an attack. It's a skill card, but it's a free skill card though. Okay, so let's return our defend because Warcry, the moment you use it, it draws cards, but then you have to return 1 card on top of the draw pile. So let's return defend so that we won't have a skill card. We do still have a skill card, Infernal Blade, but we're gonna use it for free because remember we upgraded it, and so we use it for free. We get 1 random attack card that costs 0. Okay, this deals 4 damage and apply 1 vulnerable to all enemy. So this is nice if there are like lots of enemies, and you can see it's free because of the Infernal Blade. Okay, so let's thunderclap his ass, and we still have 3 energy left, and then you know all attack cards, so we can just clash his face, and he's basically dead, right? Okay, so he gave us 15 gold stolen back because that guy is a thief. He's gonna steal, so I believe that guy he's gonna keep on attacking you. He takes your gold, and then eventually he will block for a huge block, and if you can't kill him during that turn, he's gonna run away with your gold. So he's really a thief, so you want to kill him very fast. That's why during the turn there he was gonna attack for 10, like I wasn't afraid, you know, because I knew he's gonna steal my gold. Add a card to your deck. So we have Clothesline, deal 12 damage, applies 2 weak. Headbutt, deals 9 damage, put a card from your discard pile on top of your draw pile. Okay, Dropkick, deal 5 damage. If the enemy is vulnerable, gain energy and draw 1 card. Interesting. I am gonna have Dropkick because we have, you know, cards that that inflicts vulnerable. So I think this is gonna be a nice addition to our arsenal. And like I said, we want to fight this guy. So you can see our flower already has 2 turns. So next turn it becomes 3. We gain 1 additional energy. So very useful. Okay. Yeah, let's fight the elite. Okay, it's like a huge demon. The Gremlin Noob. It's just a noob. It's just a Gremlin Noob. So we can kill this guy. He's gonna buff. Okay, he's gonna buff. So since we won't be needing our defend card, let's Warcry, then let's return the defend card on top of the deck. Yeah. As you can see, we started with 4 instead of 3 thanks to the Happy Flower. Yeah, we can use all of these guys. So let's use Pummel Strike first. Why? Because it allows us to draw 2 cards. So maybe these 2 new cards will be better than the strike that we have here. So let's do that. But we got 2 defense instead. So let's just strike, drop kick, and then end our turn. So he's enraged. What does enrage do? Whenever you play a skill, this guy gains 2 strength. And recall from the guy who did kaka, strength means his attack will be much more painful. So as you can see here, he's attacking for 14. The moment we do skill, that's gonna even increase. So in other words, you don't want to shield with this guy. You know, if you shield, if you do defense is a skill card. His strength's gonna increase. So instead, let's do Infernal Blade. This is free. So frick, this is a skill card though. So if I use this free card to gain 1 random attack, his attack's gonna increase. So let's do this. Let's bash his face. So he's now vulnerable, so he will take 9 instead of 6. Do I risk it? It's fine. I'm gonna risk so that I can demonstrate to you his skill as well when he is enraged. So this is a skill card. This skill card is such that when I activate it, I get a random attack card which costs 0. But then since it's a skill card, he is enraged. His attack will increase. But let's do it anyway. You see, from 14 it became 16. But we do gain Twin Strike, which deals 5 damage twice. So you have 5, so he will get 10 damage. But since he will get 50% more, so he'll be getting 15. So let's do that. Boom! It's just 26, so I believe it's the rounding error. Yeah, they rounded down the 2.5. But anyway, let's end our turn. That's so painful, man. 16. So now he's attacking 8 plus a strategy is gonna do a negative effect on us next turn plus an attack. I do want to use my clash, you know. Yeah. Let's not be afraid to use our defend, because it doesn't matter if we can use our clash. It doesn't matter if we use defend and he raises his attack. The moment we use clash, he's dead. Yeah, we want to use defend because even though he's gonna increase his attack, because like if you recall, clash plus requires all our cards to be all attack before you can use it. So defend, clash his face, boom. He's dead because I forgot about the vulnerable. So that kills him outright, you know. So 25 gold, fossilized helix, prevent the first time you would lose HP each combat. Top tier. So the first damage that you would get in any combat, it's negated. Very nice. Explosive potion, deal 10 damage to all enemies. Nice. Add card to your deck. Barricade. Block is not removed at the start of your turn, but you do need you use 3 for it. So this is a power card. It's a new so far we had attack and then we have skill. Now we have a power card. Power cards. This card applies a power to you when used. Powers are passive abilities that remain for the duration of the combat. So power card. So for example, when you use this, yes, it does cost 3, but every time we block, the next turn it won't be gone. So yeah, useful. And then of course, what happened? It was explaining a power card. Okay, but we can choose Iron Wave or Thunderclap. Yeah, let's get Barricade just so we have a power card at our disposal. Do you want to fight or do we want to go to a random room? It's an event room. Wing statue. Among the stones and boulders, you notice an intricate large blue statue resembling a wing. You find gold spilling from its cracks. Maybe there is more inside. So we can pray, remove a card from our deck, but we lose 7 HP. So we have 40 left. We gain 50 to 80 gold. Let's remove a card. So let's now start removing card. Right? So someone once told you of a cult that worshipped a giant bird. As you kneel in prayer, you begin to feel lightheaded. You wake up sometime later, feeling strangely fleet of foot. So currently our deck is 16, so that's already a lot. So we do want to draw our much stronger attack cards more often. So let me remove my strike card right here. Okay, then let's leave. So now we get to a campsite. So the question is, do we heal for 25? So the next guy is a boss. Okay, it's a boss battle. Do we heal or do we up? Let's just upgrade. You know, I'm confident with my 40 HP. So let's upgrade. If I upgrade barricade, it deals 8 damage instead of 5. No, sorry, that was dropkick. Barricade, instead of costing 3, it now costs 2. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Okay, let's proceed. So boss battle. Mode shift. So this guy, mode shift. So next turn he's gonna defend. After receiving 30 damage, it changes to defense mode. So it changes to defense mode. Okay, let me Warcry. Withdraw a defense card that's bring back the defense. He has 240 HP though. I think this is gonna be hard. Okay, let's use the explosive potion on him. 310 damage, and then let's do strike. The next attack would cause him to do defense mode, so I think I'm gonna use Clasher. Boom. Yeah, defense mode. So now he has 20 block, but later on he's gonna buff instead of shielding next turn. So let's pummel strike. It deals 10 damage and then draw 2 cards. Let's do that. Defend, strike. Okay, let's just try it. But yeah, this is a useless move because it just blocks it anyway. But anyway, yeah. End turn. He has 200, we have 40. But we do have this fossilized helix. So the first damage that we get will be negated. But do you want to be damaged by 9? Like that seems to be. And also he has a thorn. Whenever you play an attack, take 3 damage. So it's like a, what do you call this? Like, yeah, like a thorn damage. You know, it's like it reflects a damage back on you. So I'm thinking we can shield, defend. We take no damage. Let's try that. Defend. Yeah, let's do that. Defend. I want to preserve my helix, my buffer for a much stronger attack because, you know, canceling 9 doesn't seem to be worth it. And I don't want to attack him because I believe if I attack him and then I get hit by the thorn, I believe the 3 from the thorn will get cancelled by the buffer, so we don't want to do that as well. So just end our turn here. Okay, we got blocked. So now he's attacking 416. But we can't block the whole thing because it's 8 times 2. So it's like 8. So our buffer will only cover 8. But anyway, let's see what this gives us. Searing blow. Deal 12 damage. That's nice. So maybe it's gonna damage me for 16. If we shield, yeah, no, let's not shield. Let's do bash. Give him a burnable. Yeah, the buffer basically ate the thorn. And then after that, let's do searing blow. So it will be 12 plus 6 is 18. Boom. But we're at 37 now. And then strike. We're at 34. Yeah, and then we're getting 16 to the face, so that means we're down at 18 next turn. That's I think we have to reassess our life choices here. So now he's in attack mode again. He's gonna be attacking for 20. We're dead. Unless we can damage him for 40, which will allow him to shift into defense mode. Why is this? Ah, yeah, I was asking why does it have a gold background? It's because this guy is vulnerable. So like the second effect, which is gain energy and draw one card, will be activated. Let's do this. Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna defend. So I only get he attacks for 20. I only get 10 damage. So I still have 8 HP left. But it also allows us to do clash, which will damage him for 18 plus 9, which is 27. Boom. And then yeah, so now we'll be safe because the moment we strike again, he's gonna transform. Yeah. That's good. Clutch. Very clutch. But he's at 120, we're at 18. Yeah, so this is still dangerous. And don't forget he has a thorn. And he's gonna attack for 9. It's gonna be painful. So the card that came from your Infernal Blade is actually gets reserved for the duration of the combat, so that's good to know. So we bash him. Oh, this is hard. Let's try this first. It will allow us to draw 2 more cards. Oh man, the thorn is annoying. But he's attacking for 9, so I think the safe move will just be to defend and turn. Yeah, so we leave one more turn. I don't want the 9 to hit me, you know. And his thorn is still there. Now he's attacking for 16. Let's see. Oh gosh. Yeah. Defend. Clash. Yeah, clash. Boom. And then strike. This is gonna be painful. 16 minus 4, our 4 is our block, is 12. 15 minus 12, we're gonna be standing at 3 HP left after this attack. Oh man. And then he will attack for 20, and then we're at 3. Freaking. We should have rested at the campsite, you know. We got too greedy. Yeah, I got so cocky with my 40 HP. I thought I'm gonna stand this guy, the Guardian. But now he's just handing our ass to us. Yeah, we should have. Yeah, if we healed, you know, we should have been at a higher HP still. But can we still do something here? If we attack for 12 damage for 2, this is gonna be hard. Yeah, because we only have 6. The maximum damage that we can do is we have 4 energy. This one is just 5. It's powerful if he has vulnerable, but he doesn't have that, so we won't be using that. So we have 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 12 is 24. He'll still be alive by then, but then we're dead. Yeah, that's the only move I have. If I use power, it's useless because yes, the black is not removed, but we don't have any black right now. Yeah, it's just sad, but we just have gonna. Yeah, let's just do Searing Blow. Strike, and then he's gonna kill us. And turn. Yeah, we can't do anything. Dexterity, yeah, it improves our block, but we don't have any black cards right now. Yeah, we're dead. We should have rested on the campsite. Boom! You are slain! The Spire consumes another. There's like, I believe it's because of the, I don't know, the size of my window. You know, I'm not using full screen, so maybe that's why the banner is covering the Spire consumes another. But yeah, we were dead from the first boss. So we climbed the 16 floors. We got 80 points. Enemy slain is 4. 8 points. Exordium Elite Skilled 2. Yeah, we battled 2 elites for 20, so we get 108. So that was the one that says that will unlock 0 over 300, so that's the score after one run. So the moment we get 300, we unlock something. Okay, but anyway, since we did one run, we unlock a new character. This new character is so let's go back to the main menu. This new character is called yeah, so if we play and then standard, yeah, this new character is the silent. Okay, but like I said, we're only gonna do one run, you know, like I'm getting sleepy already. It's like 12 something now, so yeah, so I think this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna continue the series. Next time we're gonna do Slay the Spire part 2 with the unlocked silent. Okay, but anyway guys, this is it for me. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.